It's already good morning. On March 10th, starting out, checking out the news today. See what we got going on here. Doing my first trader funding program, ETF. I'm $600 away from the funded account in the first 4 days, 5 days, 4 days. Let's see if it so we got the luck coming in here. We had this morning looks like a little bit of a bump pre-market. Just looking at the candle, came in right about 7:30 my time. Yo, good morning. So let's see. Let's see. I'm around the. I'm behind on the news today. Obviously, we had non-farm payrolls just came out. Taking a look at what we have. Huge beat on the numbers, right? Market went up. It's coming right back down. Got to double check to see if this is considered a catalyst. Finding impact red lines we have. Have to see. Top of the morning. Hopefully, stream doesn't glitch like yesterday. I know. Thank you, City of Houston. Internet problems. Everybody across the board is having the same issues. All right. Oops. Do my layout here. Oh, this is fresh. Got the new release today. Alerts for irrational. 2 of the 5 rules finally coming through. Our rule system mode part 1 coming in hot. I'm super pumped about this. Non-farms coming in, like I said, 311 on a 205 forecast. Interesting to see. They're forecasting a bit lower. Non-farms coming in. It's weird because jolts go up, and continuous unemployment goes up. New unemployment goes up, and now non-farms go up. Half the data says people can't get jobs. There's jobs available, and half the data says people are getting paid. This is interesting, right? All the data is all over the place. Okay, the alerts. We have red, green, yellow light. All ready to go. So here you go. Also on the side, you may see something pretty cool. A new right widget pane toggle. And so you'll see over here, the right widget pane is this guy right here. These are your right widgets, and these are the toggles. Toggle things on and off that you do or don't want. Right now, we still don't have it where you can change the order, but you have all the things popping onto the liquidity map. You want the walls, you don't want the walls, inputs, etc. for the walls. Display, S&P, NASDAQ, DD. My status mode, look how pretty that is. And those alerts right at the bottom. Green if not triggered. I need to put some kind of text there. I would put like rational, irrational. But that's just to get the light bulbs out there. Let's test it out and see what it is. Let's run the bots while we're waiting. I love it. Absolutely love it. Very nice. Okay, let's make sure I get my DD bands here ready to go. Start of the day. They're 19:05. Okay, let's take a run at the bot really quick. Let me just make sure. Let's go here. We got like 2 minutes. Okay, so we'll check. Make sure we don't have an impact here. Let's go quick. A little fumbly in the morning. So it doesn't look like there's an active catalyst going on here. Come on, stop dancing around, take a swim. And that'd kind of be pushing it. Here. Yeah, no active catalyst. Interesting on the S&P. Okay. Yeah, nothing. I mean, sorry, no active impact. Cool. Let's double check Qs real quick. So much room for activities. I know. It's like all this cool, all this fun space. Just another innovation from the Rocketeer team. Woohoo! Okay, it's great to go. Looks like market's opening in 2 minutes here. It's from my DD band, so it doesn't look like there's an active event going on. I don't really see an impact. I see the price has moved and kind of gradually just moved. So no signs of let's considering that a catalyst stays at 388.55. Y'all want to know one of my best trading students who just started learning a couple weeks ago, Nicole, is up 40% in her 250 Eval account. 40%. I'm only up 20%. Or on the profit target for 40% there. She's up like over 6K on the 250. She's trading more than I am. She actually yesterday tapped me on the shoulder during the stream while I was talking. She goes, Matt, DD ban. And I looked up and I go, oh crap. And I closed out my position. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Wait, Theo, you got 7 inches of snow last night? Oh, really? I wish it was chilly out here. I wish, let me get some of that cold front. It's a little steamy in my room today. It's real hot in here. If y'all see my new computer that I built, it's 2 computers in 1 box and it's a custom water cooling loop, which is great, which basically is a fancy word for room heater. A water cooling loop removes all the heat and just pumps it out into my room. Computer's nice and cold. That's good. That's good to know. Come here every morning. I have to open the window. Let's keep the doors shut. The cats will come in. And I found out what happened a couple weeks ago is my cat, our new kitten, chewed up the wire on my wireless antenna on my wireless on the back of my one of my motherboards has a wireless antenna that I plugged into it. The cat had chewed through it, and that's why the internet was funky those days. And then just lately, it's just been funky because it's been funky. All right, let's get ready to go. Take a look at what's going on here. Market's pulling back. We have resiliences are definitely positive. It looks like an opportunity here. Let's double check. This is correct. S&P resilience is positive. NASDAQ resilience is positive. We are bear short up. Let me just double check. We're probably going to long in just a second here because of res. Let me just look. Bear short up. We have hedge push and monthly hedge. We are below monthly hedge. Ooh, daddy don't like. Okay. BRSU. Open. Monthly hedge back to open is definitely a trade. Resilience is very positive, which is very odd. Let me take a very small position here. Oh, wait, no. Wait, hold on. Never mind. I lied. I just wasn't getting a refresh. Thank God I didn't touch this thing. Okay. Resilience is negative, not irrational, but resilience is negative enough. We are resisting against here, going down towards the downside. If DD comes in positive, that's going to be the only thing that's going to jolt me and I'm going to trade this long. This is a sit out for the moment, maybe a short off of monthly and nothing else. We do have a BRSU on NASDAQ, just very quickly. BRSU hedge to monthly hedge along from here to there. Let's see if the resiliences are negative, so I don't see any idea or indication that I do want to long. So we'll check EVXY today. Look at this QQQ. Hold on. Let's double check that the alerts are correct. Just and again, I told them to push it live. So if they're wrong, I'm going to make sure that I know that there's a bug on them. So the alerts, I'm going to double check the triggers because that does not look like it's correct, but we'll do that today. QQQ did not have a hedge break, or did it? Head condition also not true. Let me refresh just to make sure. Okay. Ooh. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, it did. QQQ did have a hedge break. So the UVXY bull zone rule is not correct. So just making sure I know that we note that. MHP hedge pressure break, hedge break on. Oh, I love it. Okay, we are rational again. Back to resilience being positive. Maybe I will take a small long, just a small long though. Actually, you know what? Yes, just a small one. 2 position, 2 strike, 1 spy. As long as Rez, I'm gonna give Rez a minute or 2 to kind of like iron out. I'm gonna long only to monthly hedge. Okay, 2 position. Just because resilience is positive or trading below it, I want to trade SPY up to monthly hedge. I know this is kind of a risky shot, but we'll see. Oh, wait, that's moving quick. Okay, now Raz is negative. Okay, wait, hold on. Raz is negative now. Let me go ahead and... shoot, dancing around. Okay, so we're going to hold on this one just for a second. I might cut it on the first screen up. I think this is a loss today. Wait. Okay, bad. Okay, not gonna, I don't like this one, so I'm probably... Let me double check I have my regular resilience on here. I'm a little... Okay, so not a good idea. PD's 20. Okay, time to get out. Lower band for upper band. This is a loss. Hold on. Let me give it like 2 more seconds. I'm just gonna cut it. Or 2 more minutes, I'm gonna cut it if it doesn't start to move. Got a little excited on that res bump there. So we might have to cut this one. Res is negative, so resisting half gap. DD is negative, so we're not breaking out to the upside. And we do have a hedge break on QQQs. That's why we're in a small position right now. So this might be a good time to cut and run. That's okay. Give it like a couple more ticks here. We're gonna pull the plug here, bottom DD. Okay, I'm gonna close. Yeah. Okay, took a stab and didn't like that. That's okay. Gotta get in, gotta get out. Yep, looking for lower DD band bounce. This is okay. This is a monthly hedge break and it is irrational. I get distracted on this one being red. Okay. Starts out at green. Got 1. That's how you know you're wrong. Just get in, get out, take a small stab at it, and that's basically it. Break a monthly hedge. Yeah, I didn't notice that at first. I got a little distracted. So yeah, no longing off a monthly hedge breaks. This is irrational mode. Let the market just kind of pull back a little bit. That's it. You know you're right. You know you're wrong. The best part about trading is you take a stab, it doesn't work, cut it small, and that's a pro trader right there. Just something teeny. I took a little tiny bet on 2 contracts, not too much. Like I said, not a big deal here. Let's get those lower DD bands put up here to 89.99. Why is this? I need that. It's not working. Oh well. Hold on. Yeah, this might be the end of the trading day in a couple of seconds. We are a monthly hedge rig. This is irrational, so not going to fight this one too hard. 388.55. Sorry. 289.99. Okay, let's mark these. It will probably go lower, 295.30, and that's okay. I'm more excited about testing the rules. I think I want to lay these out differently. Alerts. Change the alerts text wise like this. Okay, I'm just giving him some notes on the, and here's how we know, right? Not going to be tricked on buying this dip, right? See how everything works. I also just dropped a note in chat, and I'm gonna tell you guys like this. I'll let y'all bet really quick. Everybody take a look. Would you like to see alerts? Because remember, we're gonna be able to program your own alerts and program your own stuff. Would you rather see them like categorized like this? Remember, it takes an extra line of space. Or would you like to have it so we can create a category and then we just line them up like this to stack all the rules together? How would y'all like to see? So somebody says, nice job. Yeah, get in, get out. You know, not a big whoop. That's how the cookie crumbles. You take a stab, you know you're wrong, you get in, get out quick, right? That's how it goes. Categories would be nice, like this, like irrational rule category. Instead of hedge break with the 3, UVXY with the 3, it takes 2 lines to convey the same piece of information. The idea is that we can create a category, right? So we'll call it like y'all vote. The way it is now, or the way it is in my picture on the screen? Y'all want to see like where I just have the word irrational rules here? Or even just say SPY irrational, QQQ irrational, IWM irrational, UVXY irrational. Yeah, we're going there. Which way would you guys like to see it? Or not even the category irrational rules. How would you like to do it? Like you can say alerts. Okay, how about like this? Okay, I'll do it like this if you want it. Okay, we're going to lower DD band. DD is 0.2. When that number came in, we're below hedge pressure on Qs. That's why we watch all of them at once. The red light saved my ass. How about that, right? Coming down a couple more $1,000. We've still been holding along. That red light. Ooh, I love those alerts. Irrational on each one is very specific. Yeah. Discord alerts will be easier and cheaper to implement. We have the ability to do text alerts, and it's not cheap to, it's super cheap to implement. We have that's no problem. Alerting something to you is not a problem. We have to build all that. We have to build everything to the platform first. We are going to lower DD band because DD is 0.2. We are irrational, so what's the range on DD? 4 lower, and I'm confident it's going down. Staying in the bear zone, we're going out to tap that lower DD band right now, and I actually just did. This is where it is. Is that lower touch? Would I long off of that if I was a courageous, adventurous trader? No, because I never long against a monthly hedge break, and that was my mistake on QQQ. Is that this was, well, actually not really. No, when we broke up above, I took the long because res went positive, and I only took a small long because it went yellow. So number 2. Wait, hold on, yellow light. Actually looks good. Okay, so whenever we went from here to here, I I took the long because res was positive, appropriately so. The reward and risk was there. Broke through hedge. I took a loss and let it fall. You'll see how that works super quick. Get to watch me do a losing trade, manage it super well. Not going to chase it either way. And so, you know, 89% of the time, that does go on the S&P. 10% of the time doesn't. Cut it small. Yeah, I wouldn't personally myself not longing on monthly hedge break to the downside. Easy as that. So market opens, pushes lower, pops back up. Res is positive. All reses are positive. Took the long. That was a great long for me to attempt. Here to here, close it out. Well, by proxy, I was trading S&P, but same thing. So what's the market gonna do today? I'm gonna sit back and let it fall. Right? Easy as that. Today we have a brand new thing that we're doing, since everybody knows over here at Rocket Scooter. We're fun and awesome and cool in our own heads, I guess. But we started a new thing. It's called Friday Game Day. So as our community has, you know, like 1,000 more people in it the last month. Welcome all thousands of you. We're now going to start doing like team jogging activities. You guys remember coming to class to talk about team jogging? Yes, we have goofy things we do. Well, we wake up together, Top Gun style, put on some Speedos and go jogging out on the beach as a team, right? So we're gonna do some video gaming on Fridays just to cut it out. Like if the market's crazy and irrational. Well, one of the ways to help you fight your gambling addiction, like what do I do now? Ooh, I'm gonna miss out. Oh, the market's falling. Maybe I should short. Ooh, this. And how about you just get your mind clear? It's Friday. We're gonna get together, do some squad games. So do whatever you guys wanna play. Y'all may not know this, but in my day, I was a gamer of some sorts. Well, I kind of still am. Which, by the way, speaking of, I got this game called Stray. I don't know if anybody has ever played it. If you guys ever played the Annapurna games, like every game they make is like a masterpiece, or every game they I guess they produce it's like a masterpiece. They like the Edith Finch and Outer Wilds and the cat game. The cat game. So I loaded it up last night for the first time, and let me tell you, do you guys remember when oh, what the hell is it called? When Cyberpunk was like, say Cyberpunk was gonna come out and it's gonna be like the greatest thing for the 3000 series cards. We all went out and bought 3000 series Nvidia cards so we could play Cyberpunk, but the ray tracing effects, oh, it's gonna be so cool. And then Cyberpunk ran at like 20 frames a second, even on supercomputers, right? Well, the cat game by far is like ray tracing beauty at full frame rate. Like I run that thing at maximum refresh rate and it is flawlessly, it is a gorgeous game and it's fun. You literally run around like a cat, like knocking shit over, like knocking over paint cans and running on people's computers and drinking water and scratching at trees. It's hilarious, but it's actually a pretty fun game. I did it play for like an hour last night at like 1 in the morning. It's like a cool, chill game. Yeah, it's just kind of like you run around and you're exploring like a post-apocalyptic world of robots where humans can't be found, and you're a cat. It's pretty fun. Yeah, hit that bottom, DD. Look at that. So you guys see how this works, right? Irrational rule came up. UVXY is red. Hold on. Yeah, so the logic there is probably incorrect. So we're gonna have to check the UVXY. I just sent him a note on this. But he did say he wanted to wait another day to test the logic, and I said, just do it live and I'll test it. So this is one of those times I overrode the suggestion of my developer, my head of development, who said we were gonna, let's release it one more day later. He goes, I want to test, and I go, but still you need the trigger, right? We may not test it. You know, you need to have that trigger. UVXY needs to touch the bottom. That's just a rare event. So just make it live and we'll test it on our own. So glad to see that it is red. So whatever the trigger is, he's just going to check the logic and fix it tomorrow. But it looks like we are correct here. Let's double check everything. I'm looking across the board just to see. I'll talk about the cat game a little bit. Well, all right, that doesn't have my screens here. I guess. Hold on 1 second. Screen. Display. So this is an irrational day on a monthly hedge break. You know how it goes, right? let me double check this really quick. Where does it not say desktop not available? Well, there we go. Desktop available. No, not that one. Not that one. You want to see your own selves. You want to see your own self here. Which screen is it? It never matches the same numbers. Oh my goodness. It has to literally be the last one I pick. Okay. How does that not remember which desktop selection I have? You know what? We're gonna save that. Save. You're glad to go on a journey through my displays. There we go. Knock stuff over. All right, what's up? Okay. Categories would be nice. So yeah, the idea is that, well, you have to think about it like this, right? We need to save real estate and obviously keep it stylistically. You know, remember, you as a trader will be able to program your own alerts through your own rules. Like there'll be a thing called create rule. You can create a rule that says, if this, and this rule triggers. If you drop your rule into alert, alert will give you the ability to show your trigger via light bulb on and off. You'll have another one, alert feed, which will be able to scroll with text. Oh wait, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Hold on. So the way we're talking about it is that like categories will be great. We can't just have like multiple categories because real estate's a big important thing, right? But programmable. So alerts eventually will have like a plus sign where you can add category, add rule. Add category, it just adds a label. And then you can have a plus sign that says add rule. You can click rule, it's gonna dive into the rules database. The rules database will be pre-programmed with obviously, currently we have 4 rules programmed here. And right here, we also have tons of rules programmed here. These are each a rule, right? It's a condition that triggers something. Price greater than hedge pressure, that's a rule. So now you're gonna have in Rocket Scooter is rule creation mode. This is the best thing, the best thing. You can be able to create your own risk management rules. An example, I only trade when S&P is above, I'm gonna make up a fake rule. S&P is above hedge pressure and NASDAQ's below hedge pressure. That's my super secret strategy. Okay, add rule. If S&P is above hedge pressure and NASDAQ is below hedge pressure, rule condition equals true. That's a rule. You'll be able to take a rule and import it into multiple widgets. If, for instance, in Scanner, if rule triggers, find stock that meets rule. Okay, check. Well, that one wouldn't apply because it's not searching for stocks. So if we put it in alerts, if those 2 things trigger, it'll give green light, red light. Alerts feed, if that condition triggers, it'll just feed text like a time and sales, just a string of text. And it's gonna feed the text. This rule triggered, this rule triggered, this rule triggered. So you can always watch which of your rules are triggering and like a scrollable like a text box. You can take that rule and tie it into display. If rule triggers, toggle display on or off. So when you do add rule, each widget will have a certain thing it does with your rule. So an example for me is if I had a rule that says, if hedge pressure breaks here, if I rule as hedge pressure break up and I plug it here, it'll find every stock that means hedge pressure break up. If I do hedge pressure break up and I drag it here, alerts will say which ticker. You assign it a ticker. Then you label it and it drops it here. If you push it here, hedge pressure break up and display, it'll say which one of these displays do you want to toggle. And if I say, well, I don't want to use any of the things like red light, it will I can say turn them off, or I could say gray them out. So if I want to like say on yellow light, gray out the indications, I want like a physical display that shows me to be cautionary, right? Take all your walls and your zones and hedge pressures and just dim them a little bit, like, you know, change the transparency to make them really faint so that you know to sit out. Or you tell to know to trade light if you want a visual cue to turn them off. You'll come here and they'll be gone. And you'll go, why can't I see anything? And then you'll have like a rule assist mode trigger, like a blinking red light or something. And then you might want to go over here and say, well, you know what? Let me turn it back on. And you go to turn it back on and a pop-up comes up and says, Are you sure you want to turn it back on? Because you gave me a rule when you were emotionally sober to tell me to turn these off when my rule triggered. Are you sure? You click that and you have to override. Yes. Type yes to override. Like, to give you a couple of layers to keep you from, you know, your FOMO gambling addiction. And that's kind of how we're going to do rule assist mode. So rule assist mode will be able to turn off your indications. It'll be able to, so you'll be able to program add rule. You'll add a rule to a database. And you can drop your rule into different widgets that'll control different parts of the platform. The next cool thing is you'll be able to do something called export rule set. Say I create 5 rules. What are the 5 rules I created? Let's call them irrational rules, right? I created 5 rules called irrational, and I programmed them all myself, which you have 2 of my rules already. And now let's call it a rule set. Matt's super secret irrational rule set. Open up the rules module, click save rule set, click export rule set. And it gives me a specific exportable file that now I can drop to the Discord that all of you can load up and load up Matt's rule set. Go to your defaults, load up Matt's rule set. Boom, Matt's rules are there. Let me add Matt's rules to my alerts. Let me add some of Matt's rules to here. Let me load the entire rule set to all of these. Ooh, Amarath has a rule set. I only trade when it's a full moon and there's sunspots. And I see a cat outside my window. That's my rule. Oh, I love those rules. Let's do it. Load them up. I can load up y'all's rule sets. You might create a super secret strategy you want to share with just your friends. Hey, I found this really awesome thing. Like Ashton says, I only trade when mean reversion. I only sell iron con. Let's call it the iron condor rule. I only trade iron condors when this condition arises, when S&P is in a liquidity pocket, when this is true and that's true. And I'm gonna call it the iron condor rule. Load up the rule set. Loads up all the badges here. Loads up all the things here. Drops in stocks to meet that criteria. Preloads your charts to turn things on and off that you want. You can program the whole thing, and the rule set and the rule set instructions can also point the rule set to how they operate in the platform. You literally one-click add of your trading educator's trading style and system with one click of a button. So say that we partner up with somebody, right? Like Ashton Nolan. And Ashton has ways he trades. He only trades under certain conditions. You can either create hours of videos to train you on a new thing, or you can create one video on the rule set and explain how the rule set controls the platform, and you can learn his risk management rules. I only engage in this type of trade under these very specific conditions. And here's a file. Load those conditions in your platform. And now you can load up any person that you know that trades, that creates their own style or system. They can share Rocket Scooter rule sets with you. And you have your educator's style of trading uploaded in a second. Like I said, we are 10 steps ahead of the industry in every step of the way. There's nothing like that out there other than importing strategy files and like Thinkorswim, where somebody can program a technical analysis strategy and give you the code and you dump it in. Somebody can program here very complex rule-based risk management that you can have your platform do different things. When I tie my trading account to it, I might even personally elect to have certain rules forbid me from making a trade. I can make that personal election. So I can say, any monthly hedge break, do not allow me to trade. I will give it that rule set personally. And when I log into my broker and I try to click buy, a pop-up will come up and says, you gave me a rule when you were sober and told me not to let you do that. Are you sure? And those are the things that we're doing as we are the world's first risk management based trading platform. So you guys are all here, especially in Lifetime, jumping in. These are the features you'll be coming to expect on your platform before the end of the summer. We're going to, now that alerts are out, the very next step is to fully explore getting futures trading into our platform. That is the very next step. Simultaneously, the other half of our team will be creating the monthly maps mode, which is here. Monthly maps mode will be a one-click monthly map. Let's actually do a monthly map really quick. That'll be something to do while we're waiting. So irrational market, right? Does everybody like, you guys, when y'all see me, I think y'all have only seen me take what? A lot of y'all have only seen me take probably 2 losses. I only had 2 losing days this year. And it's already March. Well, that's not true, 3, because Monday was technically a losing day when TradeAbate's data went down and we just kind of called it. So I guess 3 losing days this year. Y'all see how quick it is? You get in, get out, take a loss. Oh, boo-hoo. Didn't come close to the targets. Yellow light on Q at the time, so I took a 2 position go. Wasn't my max position size. My mistake was overlooking... sorry. No, actually, no, I didn't make a mistake. I did everything right today. Partial mistake not waiting for DD to come in before I waited to make that trade. So in reality, I should wait for all the things that come through. I just got overeager when I saw resilience spike and I was like, oh, let's take it, right? Monthly hedge breaks are rare. So let me bet on the not rare thing and take the long, which is cool. The R&R was there. And then just to get in, get out, right? The whole point of trading. So I do what I call my career trade, which we had a video on that yesterday. It's your highest probable first trade you do, right? My career trades, as you guys have seen in the trading challenges, I mean, when I do them, you know, I was about, what, 80% win rate on career trades. I wait and wait and wait and strike, right? Gamble trades tend to bring the average down, and I trade smaller on them. Do I trade more throughout the session? Sometimes. It just depends if the opportunity is there. Certain styles of trading will warrant a second or third trade. I try not to. I try to make 1 trade and call it a day. I try to be done before 10:30 a.m. Eastern. I do all my work within the first hour. At least on day trading. You took the short. See, bartending, the greatest thing that I love about what Rockescu is doing, Bartender won his trade against me. Well, this is paper money, but it's great that it doesn't matter whether I'm right or you're wrong, or today you're right. See, bartending won against me, right? He took the short where I took the long. The best part of Rocket Scooter is that I'm isolating only the places that matter, right? It's not shorting because it's going down. It's not longing because it's going up. It's shorting off of something, longing off of something because I know that's a rule. I mean, that's a volume node, right? So what's neat is that while most trading communities are all about alerts and showing you where to get in, get out, or trying to program some junky technical analysis bot that tries to call the stock market at all times, the difference is that if I only know there's only 2 places on the chart that matter today, and I see half of you guys long in it, half of you guys shorting it because half of you are bulls and half of you are bears, but you're executing at the correct place, it tells me you're understanding what trading is all about. If you see the market move and you jump in on the move, you're just gambling. Sometimes that'll pay off, but most of the time it won't. You have to see something before someone else does. If I'm shorting volume pivots and someone else is longing volume pivots, then it just means we both disagree fundamentally, which is exactly what the stock market's about. But at least when you trade from the right place, that's pro level trading. So I'm proud of you. That's a great trade on that monthly hedge break to the downside. DD to half gap bounce? No. That's a gamble trade. There is no rule to trade. DD is not an entry point. You need to watch those videos, buddy. Somebody says, Matt, why didn't you follow your rules? I did follow my rules. 100%. Literally 100%. I don't know where you make comments like that. Resilience went positive. We were inside the redistribution zone. My rules were take a small position. So my max size on here is 6. I jumped in on 2. The risk and reward was great. It's a long to monthly hedge. Whereas while SPY had that downward push, QQQ had room to move here as well. That was a great trade with the stop. From here to here, this is the 11% chance of happening. 89% chance of happening when rational. Markets were cautionary, irrational. And then back to rational. So cautionary. Resilience was high enough to really get me going. Now, I think on my end, I saw resilience here spike really high, and I was excited about this, right? And I just jumped in on the long. The really tight stop. That's it. I stopped right here. Easy as that. 100% rule. That Halo Infinite Season 3 Slough. All right, I'm going to play some Halo today in about an hour or two. If you guys would like. Anybody that plays Halo, let's squad up. We're going to have a game channel in our Discord. You play Halo Infinite? Well, I'll have you know, I'm Onyx ranked Halo player. So if you'd like a Onyx ranked player on your team, let's do it. Matt B is Onyx, bro. Okay, we're squatting up. All right, where's our other friend? Hold up. Amrath, you shut up. You're geekier than I am, and you know it. What is the name of the? Oh, so the name of the game is called Stray, the cat game. It's actually pretty cool. Russell hit DD. Really excited to see how you use the platform with ETF. I've been struggling to implement the platform for better futures results, Timothy. So what's neat, right? So today, what I love about the way that I trade is that when the signal is there and I lose the signal, did you guys know when we lost hedge pressure? Within a minute, we're trading right here. I said, I'm gonna give this maybe like a minute or two and I'm gonna cut. Resilience went lower, I just cut. I usually have a 1 strike stop loss to get out of the way. But the whole point is, you know, you get a trade, you can cut and run. I was about right here at 390. I get to take another 15 points of drawdown, right? That's $750 a contract. There'd been another $1,500 loss had I cut a DD band. I'd have been down 3,000 in the top, 1,700 in the bottom, or additional, so 2,900, right? So I cut the loss much quicker than what it could have been, and no sign that it's going to rally, right? So those of you, like I said earlier, are interested, we have this deal this week for our lifetime of our platform, which is a lifetime of data feeds, lifetime of all the tools, lifetime of everything we create. It is a 25% off thing. It's been wildly popular for the people that joined. If you're like an extended trial or whatever, and you're like, this thing is cool. Like, I love this. I'd like to keep this forever. And this is a great tool. I could program my risk management rules. I'm going to be trading for the next 5 or 10 years. As our lifetime going to go up to like from 3 to like 4 to like 5, maybe even 10,000 at some point. Once we have full suite, who knows where we'll be in 10 years, right? It's like, it's $22.50 now for life. And we're just doing this just for this week, and that ends on Sunday. A long time ago, before Rocket Scooter was even launched, we had a trust us for making a trading platform deal, 50% off a lifetime. And I think like 60 people jumped onto that. And we're like, $1,500 a month? I mean, forever? Are you kidding? Or $1,500 forever? And so, yep. And it's like, we rarely will do that. So if you were like, man, I'd like to get in and like, you know, just join Lifetime. There's also a whole separate section for the Lifetime community. You know, clearly if you're here for life, you might want a quieter experience. You might want to not see all the chat rooms. You kind of want your own little kind of like quieter lounge, right? For people that have been here for 5 years, 10 years, whatever. That's a place right where the pros, you know, hang out, congregate. We discuss new techniques. Every time something new comes out, like DD, Lifetime community, we get you guys together. We poll everybody on, you know, which order we're going to release tools. Lifetime is the voting body. It's a democracy here, actually. I'll let you guys choose major pathways. One of the last choices Lifetime made, we had everybody vote, which was, what do you guys want? We have money to spend. Should we go get stronger candle data feeds, right? Like buy more exchange than data feeds? Or should we do DD? And everybody's like, DD, we want it. And then we did. We pivot. You are the voice of the community because you're here forever, right? Also, you know, if you want to be part of the process or inventing a new technique, you can always volunteer, be one of the project teams. That's really fun too. And again, the Lifetime community is where we pull people from to volunteer. Volunteering is like, you're a data scientist or you love math or you just want to be like, hey man, I want to say that I did something with this community. I love what they're building. You build anything for the community, that's what this is right here, the honor title. Everybody here has had their hands on something that you use. You know who has been doing risk intervals? before we finally get it automated into Rocket Scooter, which is one of the next steps in futures data, you guys can pat Sisyphus on the back for, geez, over a year. This guy's been the person pushing the button on the DD Bands bot every Sunday religiously. Like, people in this community, we call it like, you know, it's like communal. Everyone picks up a shovel, digs something, plants something for the benefit of everybody else. You guys might know, like Lieutenant Eric, like on the daily basis, him and his crew go to this futures conversion community, and they create a community with our community, which is one of my favorite communities here. And what they do is they take the hedge pressures and all the equity. This is actually from a long time ago, somewhere in here. Oh, here. For years, Nick, Project Good, Eric wake up on the daily, and now Ollie, part of the crew. They just wake up and they like convert DD bands for everybody. Back before we had graphs, charts, they would come in and take the SPY and just convert it to a reference. Maybe you guys can open charts while you're at work and you just want to like see what the levels are. These folks have been doing this for years. I mean years, right? So down in here, lifetimers who actually pick up a shovel, dig, create something for the community. There's so many people that just love the idea of being part of something big, and that's what also Lifetime is about. So if you guys ever like Lifetime sounds cool, you know, maybe I don't want to pay $200 a month for the platform and just chunk in one payment, we have that, and that's our thing ends on Sunday with that, and we don't usually have deals or discounts on it. Once every 2. The last Lifetime deal was January of 2021. 2021. 2 years ago. Okay. Let's talk about your questions and just kind of really quick. So one second, you guys. Oh, you want to see? You want to? I'm not gonna dox my Steam ID, but I'll show you my Halo picture. Here we go. Because I don't. But I will show you. Somebody said you want to fact check me. Here you go. That's me. So current, right? They reset the ranks for season 3, but I'm highest ranked 1575 Onyx. What's up? Boom, boom, boom. So there you go, Maddie B. That was season 1. Yeah, let's squat up today. Oh, after I do laundry. Happy wife, happy. Nicole, I owe Nicole a laundry day, so I have to do laundry today. So that's me. So I started playing. I played a couple of games when they reset for season 3 this week. I played the 5 games, and right out the I just soloed up, which is silly. So it pre-ranked me diamond 2. So blah, womp womp. Matt, send me a message Discord. I'll send it to you. You can add me on Steam. If you guys want to squat up on Halo, send me a message. And also in our community, in the, again, there's no more, we'll talk trading, no more gaming. Let's just get back to the trading stuff and I'll call it a day. In the extras and fun area of the Discord, you'll see that there's a couple things, Game Day Friday, something we're gonna do. So there's a lot of folks here that play poker. I'm reading, there's a lot of people here that play Warzone. There's a lot of people that do different things. All right, I'll make a note here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make you a roll. You can tell your friends here you want that roll. I'll have a bot with clickable buttons for each game thing. So basically, like if I wanted to, like if say for instance poker, I don't know, mahjong, whatever y'all want to play, I'll have a bot make a post and say click the games that you like, and you can click each one of those. It'll give you those rolls. Then your role captain can come in here, your game captain come here and say at Halo, hey, we're playing Halo at 11, everybody come through. So you can send an alert to everybody with that tag. So that's what I'm gonna do. So when everybody go to Discord, if you want to do this, I'm making a little thing here. Friday game day, right? Markets are crazy, irrational. Don't ever trade. If you need help, do something fun and different. We're gonna go jogging on the beach, so we'll have some fun. I'm actually not so serious when I game. Actually pretty fun, I think. I like to take it easy on Fridays too. Okay, there you go. You're not on Discord? I'm disappointed in you, Matt. Being a fellow Matt means to live up to your namesake and be in this Discord. So, and actually, even in like my friends I used to swap in Halo with, it's been a while. So, I actually, when I got 1575 Onyx, I actually just solo queued to get there. So that was, I don't know what world rank that was, but season 1 is pretty high. 1575 is my peak. I barely played in season 2. And actually only really had solo queued, so. Okay, some of your questions, you guys, really quick. Categories would be good. Any questions you guys have? Yeah, the cat game is really fun. It's just chill. It's relaxing, like running through the streets of a steampunk, or what do they call it? Steampunk, cyberpunk sort of world, post-apocalyptic world with little androids and your cat. Rust is dope. Yeah, Rust is cool. I love the game. Playing red light, green light for Friday game day. Yeah, pretty much. Reminds me of like at the skating rink. Do I normally only trade the cash? Just I already answered that question. Negative resilience, low DDBR. So you short the open, lower DDBM. Yeah, so Bart Seeing Trader did the correct trade. At the open, resilience was so low. I saw a resilience spike, and for some reason, maybe my brain immediately saw it and was like, oh, maybe I'll take the long. But yeah, closed out pretty good. How come more common to see both sides of DD bands being touched some times ago? You don't see both sides of the bands being touched. They didn't both touch today. It's not rare. It's just, you know, stock market's random. So when you say how come it's common to see, it's not common to see both sides touch. You very rarely will see that. It can happen, but I guess your question was, is it common? They didn't touch today. The upper one never touched. Yeah, and Boz, that is correct. I mean, you don't usually see the upper band and lower band both being touched. It's a rarer event. Let's just like do some quick math here, right? If you guys want to check out Rock Zero the first time, or get out of here, you're like, this sounds pretty cool. I want to try it out. I want to see, you know, we do like later sessions or training sessions every day on Zoom. We go through very detailed trade plan setups, teaching, training. Our new program has been dynamite. The response is great. Everybody's loving it. The training's been very detailed. That extended trial is $35 a month for a $200 a month package you get for 3 months. And if you're in the first inaugural group, you also get a prize at the end. And I'm talking prize would be like a lifetime membership at a very discount, or a lifetime of discounted monthly. And you will be glad that you finished the extended trial, I promise. The edge break alert split back to green. If reverses back above the break hashtag, it will turn yellow. So we have red light, green light, yellow light. If you go back above monthly hedge, it should turn yellow. So I'm watching it today to see if it does. Irish Ego, is that you, Matt? Oh, sweet. Let me add you, dude. Hold up. A couple more of our friends play Halo. So send me if you guys want to play some Halo today. Like, I'm talking about like the next 20 minutes. Omar, wait, what game are you recommending to play, Omar? You recommend playing It Takes Two. I don't see your other comment that you said maybe what I was saying, Omar. Which game are you recommending? Oh, that game is cute. You can just make biscuits for no reason. Yeah, walk across a rug and like a cue prompt comes up and says, you know, click it and then you start just scratching at the rug. I'm like, yeah, my cats do that. Suki says, is it possible to implement sound with alerts when there's a hedge break? We could implement some kind of sound or text alert or something additional. We haven't explored that yet. But as far as extended features goes, we could probably have, you know, especially for accessibility options, we should have, you know, different colors besides red and green, clearly, you know, obviously large print and audible signals for the visually impaired. That would be great to also have sounds just for those reasons. And I think that's a good idea. You're working from home today. I can log into your stuff now, Matt. Cool. You know how you guys play video games not getting addicted or having to affect your real life props? I don't get to play video games that much. I really don't. The crummy part about, you know, I've minimized my trading to like 1 hour a day, give or take, so that I can spend the other 15 hours a day, you know, running the businesses that I run, you know, Rocket Scooter being one of them, managing all my stuff, building the community, you know, touring the country, going to conferences, doing spaces and podcasts. You know, basically my whole day is full. Like today I have a meeting. So, you know, ETF, right? One of our partners. We have another meeting with another tech company that's growing and popular, and we may have a new secondary I say secondary, a new, that's the word I'm looking for. Additional, like discount, cool tools, something else. It's not a trader funding program, it's something completely different. Like we're right now, like Pokemon, trying to collect them all. Everything out there that I think is awesome that every trader has the ability to do or use, I'm going to get the best of the best in every category and try to get you guys good hookups around the clock, around the globe, everything, for all the cool stuff out there that I like. As part of my you know, obviously I have this theory, always called the omelet theory. The omelet theory is that, you know, when you want to reshape an industry, right? An omelet is where you take a bunch of things that taste good on their own. Eggs, bell peppers. What do you like in your omelet, babe? Cheese, mushrooms. Those are all great things, right? Mother Nature created all these amazing things. But when you piece them together, it's an omelet. The whole is greater than the sum of the parts. And so you have one of everything in it. And so we're making an industry omelet. And so what I want to do is, in the spirit of that, is I'm accepting no paychecks for any of the referrals that I'm referring. I am getting paid by nobody. And we have going on 17 partnerships now. And this will be number 18. And it's one of everything. And you might be saying, oh, Matt's getting paychecks referring us to all these places. I could. That's a couple $100,000 a year I could probably be taking of all the influence we have and drawing people. I guess how much money they're paying me? Zero. I maybe get to try out their product for free to see if it's cool. But just because I'm always the most ethical person I can be personally, to me, I don't want to be a salesman for a living, but I do want to recommend cool stuff that I think will help traders out. So today's new thing. I have a meeting. Okay, I'll send you a request. Gotcha. So don't think I have any financial incentive to be recommending any of this stuff to you. I just think what I pick is best of the best, and I think it's great. And so I had to talk to somebody last night, and they said, you know, trader funding programs. And let's just be honest. We're always honest about everything, right? Trader funding program. Think of a casino, right? The house has an advantage, or you as a player have a disadvantage. You have to be really lucky and very skillful in some of the games to win, right? To count the odds. And it's really hard to pass a trader funding program, like evaluation, and get the account. Only the best of the best can probably do it sustainably, but hopefully as you're training, you get better. And I said, you know, well, that's not why I recommend it. It's not so you can get funded. I talked about it in the class. Sure, that's the goal. But the idea is if you want to practice trading and you don't have a bankroll, what do you do? Oh, and this is to answer your question, right? Very rarely do we touch both the bands. Here's a catalyst day, right? Both the bands are touched. One band, one band, one band, one band, no bands, one band, 0, 0, 2. 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. It's very rare they're going to touch two, and it usually takes an event or a catalyst or something weird. So sometimes when you touch the first one, it's over. The trade is over. And whatever happens next is particularly random. Once buyers and sellers find each other, it's random. So back to what I'm saying about trader funding programs. What I think the biggest utility of that is that you take your paper trading seriously. Now, some people say, you know, if you want to trade, you need to have money in your account and start trading. The best way to trade, in my opinion, let's rank it, is for you to have $100,000 in your pocket and you discipline yourself to the extreme to put $5,000 in a trading account, in a futures account, and you dig out a bankroll from that. Now, I can't only trust 1 or 2% of you will have that massive discipline to know how to trade a small account to a big account and grow it, but you can practice in that realm. And when you're at like 5,000, you're down to like 2,000 and 1,000, you're about to blow up. That's where your real trading education comes from. This is the last little tip today. When I tell you this about trader funding programs, you will say, oh my gosh, he's right. Right? Think about it like this, right? It's not like you have I'm an A for an account. In your account, it's like you're making money. You're not learning anything if you just, you know, smoking hot out the door. But whenever you're like down here and like struggling to keep that account alive because you're just learning how to trade, it's like, oh my God, okay, I'm safe. Oh my God, I'm safe. Like all the emotions you get right down in here, that's actually like your real education. Like, and then as soon as you blow up, that's your reflection moment, right? Where you sit there and figure out, what am I wrong? So the idea is that how do you get this experience without losing money? Well, either A, you use like 1/20th of the money you have and just reproduce that experience multiple times. And hopefully as the years go by, you know, you become better and better at not being crazy at the bottom at a little bit of an investment. Put in a little, have that emotional, oh my God, I'm going to blow up. And then all of a sudden you learn something, reflect, reformulate, re-strategize, and you're good, right? So how do you create that experience without losing your real hard-earned money? Well, you can either take $100K and put $5K in an account, or you can put in like $200 a month for an Eval program, which is a real risk you take. You are investing real money. It's like a $200 account for you. And there's an actual reward. If you keep your eye on the prize, it's funded trader. And you're just paper trading in between the two, right? So if you're out there just paper trading, which is the worst thing, it's like a video game. You're clicking buttons willy-nilly. You're not trading with the real fear and risk of the market and real loss. There is no loss. There is no real emotion. So an eval account is the perfect balance of the two. It's the lowest risk you can take, like a $200 a month eval is a $200 a month trading account that you blow up to zero and you fund it again with, you know, $75 each month if you break out, and then another whatever, $100 to $200 for subscription. You're chunking $300 a month into a trading account because that's what you lose. It's the cost to play the game. You will take your paper trading more seriously because you are putting risk on the table, real money. You have real money at stake, so you have a real loss. And the hope you have to win something is that greed side of the market. It's the other emotion you need to pay for. So the risk is the fear of loss, right? The fear of real loss. Shit. Now, maybe $200 might be a lot to you, but $200 is $200. It's a lot to anybody. It's a lot to me. It's always a lot. That's money, right? Real fear of loss, real hope of a win. You are paying a couple $100 a month to add emotions to your paper trading. There is no better way to practice, in my opinion. If you go, oh my God, right? You just added for a monthly fee. You bought emotions for a monthly fee, for a small monthly fee. Imagine you got $100,000, and instead of disciplining yourself to $5,000 account, you wanted what I'd like to call 50% practice account, right? Paper trading is, you get zero out of it, literally zero. Paper trading is about which buttons do I push to get something to happen in the platform. Okay. But for a tiny fee, you add the real emotions of trading to your paper trading. That's mind blowing. And when you think about that, that's why I said I need to pick something, then give my traders an arena to practice in for a tiny little fee. Did y'all get it? Yes, in chat, that makes sense. You're paying for the emotional simulation. So it's slightly better paper trading. There's no better way to practice. It's the minimum amount of loss because you're not losing your real money, except for the fee that you pay. And if you blow up, your loss is $75 or whatever the reset is. So when I had that realization, because people come to me and say, man, I want to get started trading. I only got $1,000. What do you recommend? And I was like, well, I can't give you investment advice. And, you know, I don't know. And then I never thought, I was like, you know what? An eval program. The hope to win, even though the game is very hard, the hope to win is the emotion of real trading. Hope and greed drive you to stupidity. Fear drives you to even more stupidity. Your balancing act as a trader is learning how to navigate those two emotions. You'll never practice it just paper trading and think or swim, will you? So paper trading with a fee, with the prize at the end of the line, it doesn't matter if you win or lose that funded eval program. What matters is that you practice emotions at a minimal loss to you if you fuck it up. Mansoor, later, man. Have a good weekend, buddy. And when I thought of that and I talked to my team, they're like, yeah, I mean, that's beautiful, right? People come through and how do I practice? Well, go paper trade. Right? You don't take it seriously. You'll at least take it seriously if you're paying $200, $300, $400 a month to do it, right? But hell, any working adult, actually any working child at this point could probably pull $200, $300 a month as a salary. You can go work any job, and that's not hard to pull that expendable cash to buy yourself a month of practice. And I think that's great. Whereas I think most people that talk about evals are selling the hope of it's going to be you can win, you can. The point is that I want to teach you how to navigate through the emotions that you deal with as a trader. The full immersion program here is to teach you through that. And with that, ETF is the best. Their program allows you the most flexibility, I believe, in emotional conditioning as a trader. Do these eval programs make money? They probably make a ton of money. That's why there's so many of them. If they weren't making money, there would be a lot of them. Is it hard to pass? Absolutely. Very hard to pass. You have to be very disciplined to pass them and actually be more disciplined than you are in a real trading account. My rules in their practice realm are tighter than my own rules in my own account. Very difficult. But it's not impossible. Because if you can succeed there, you can succeed anywhere. So even if you have $100,000 and you want to start trading a trading account, don't start trading your real money until you can guarantee that you can pass the eval account with the tighter rules, such that when you trade your real trading account, your baseline is more conservative. You succeeded in a harder environment, like the Frank Sinatra song. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. And that's how you need to practice. And I told him, I said, I'd love to partner with you guys. And so what do you want out of it? I said, nothing. I said, give me the demo account to play with and I'll play with it on the stream just to show it off. I want to beat the challenge just to brag, to say I beat the challenge my first time. Never done one before. I said, I'd love to show you guys off. I read everybody's funded program account out there, and I think they're the best to give you the best emotional experience with the rule set they have. They breed long-term relationship. They're not YOLO your win and here's your money. They're like, you need to grind it out. And I was like, when the folks over there were telling me we're one where you need to grind it out, but the longer term relationship is worth the reward. I said, that's it. That's what I want traders to do. Grind it out. I want you to exist in an emotional limbo, up and down and up and down, up and down as long as possible. That's how you train yourself as a trader. That's how you simulate those big losses that shape you without really losing that much. If that makes any sense. Okay. So you guys are talking in chat. Matt, hold on. What is your... Hey, Matt B, send me y'all send me a message in Discord if y'all want to do Halo. I don't know where your thing is on the Discord. Oh, I found it. Irish Ego with a 0. Okay, I got you, man. So y'all agree about the practice trading realm, right? I think that's great for a new trader. My goal in reshaping the industry is on the outskirt, sorry, Irish Ego. Got you, man. On the aftermath of like the crypto collapse and the NFT collapse and the aftermath of like COVID era trading, right? Everybody gets laid off. Everyone jumps in the stock market. That happened when I started trading in 2010, in the last recession. Then the market starts pulling back and nobody knows how to trade it, right? So my goal is people are looking for risk management. That's where we are. You need to practice the real emotions that you experience as a trader as best possible. So regarding trader funding programs, just saying maybe look into them, see what you think regarding rules and freedoms provided to the traders. Chat about another one. So what Ray is talking about is the, I guess, beatability of the system. My goal with the trader funding program is not to give you the easiest one to pass. Okay. Remember, my goal is to shape you as a trader. If you go through the full immersion program, right, I've got you like making your bed and returning shopping carts as part of your trader training. My goal is not to have you pass something easily. My goal is to have you survive in this industry like I do. To be able to pay your bills as a trader is to teach you how to survive in all conditions. I don't want you going out there passing an eval account and then getting a funded account and then frivolously being stupid with it. I want you to shape yourself as a real trader. So my choice to pick one is the one I think will shape you the best as a trader. I'm not partnering with the easiest one, or the one with the most lenient rules, or the one I'm partnering with the one that I know is going to be the place that practicing there will give you that longer term emotional conditioning that you need. Remember, my motivations are always different. If I was motivated by a paycheck, I'd go out there and pick the easiest one to pass and then just come here and just nuke through them and just win, and then become an affiliate and make a, you know, $200,000 a year paycheck as an influencer. And that's not going to help any of you guys. Somebody said Apex has no trade-abate deals at present. Who does Apex? I never knew who you trade with through Apex. I had to investigate further than the surface. Like which data feeds do they use, and which brokers or which software do they use to trade with? You pass. Oh, nice job. Nice job, Ray. Passing. Come on. Do I have a Series 7 license? No, I do not. And I'm never going to get one. Not a Series 7. I don't want to give investment advice for a fee. I don't want to be licensed in the equities world. So personally, that's not a goal of mine. Answer your question. Not to say anything against it, just not a personal goal of mine. Garrett Otto says this when you come hardened. Yeah, when you're losing your trades. Ability to withdraw, withstand the pressure of swings and market fluctuations. That's really what you have to see what you're doing. Like, you can simulate all you want the conditions of buying and selling. But in reality, you know, the astronaut being in, you know, underwater, pretending to be in space adds that additional pressure to your training. You're gonna be able to survive when asteroids are breaking up in the air and throwing rocks at your face while you're, you know, spacewalking, right? That's kind of really, you have to be able to handle that. You need to simulate the most combat equivalent practice arena. It's like, yeah, I can take you to a shooting range and say, fire at that target. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. But if I put a gun like a foot over your head and behind your back, you don't see it, and I start firing in the air and scaring you while you're shooting, that's a better simulating experience. Like, oh, somebody, I hear gunshots too, right? So the idea is that in that environment, it's kind of like your coach is wanting you to experience a more realistic, you know, battle hardening situation. Because when you're trading, it's not making, you go through Rocket Scooter and you learn our program and you have risk management. It's not like a slow whittle down process. It's not that you're going to, most traders don't whittle their account down. When I drew the idea that you can whittle your account down and rescue it, even whittling your account down over time is a great skill to have. Most people just kind of like fluctuate and crash. People with no structure, your account maybe looks like this. Maybe you got lucky for a couple days. Maybe you lost big. Maybe you won big. Maybe you won big. Maybe you lost big. Maybe you lost bigger. You up. Like that. Most people look like that. If you could have the ability to have your account like slowly go to zero, you're doing something right, which is the opposite of what you should be doing. So you're doing something that's consistently losing the same amount. Okay, well, now you can create a rule out of your consistent loss. A consistency is still a win if it's a rule. So the onset of this is, well, what I'm doing isn't working, so let me make sure I never do that, because over time that thing loses, but it loses slowly. The fact that the loss is the same every time makes it consistent. So you can create an irrational rule for yourself or whatever. Well, most traders do this. So the idea is that trader funding programs limit what you can do, how much you should do, and your first time that happens and your second time that it happens, you go, okay, you know what, I need to take this seriously. You go to a spreadsheet, you calculate the position size you need, you start learning about yourself, and then slowly your experience starts doing like this. Now you're consistent. Okay, let me make a rule off of that. Oh shit. Okay, there's another consistent loss. Okay, let me make a rule out of that. Ooh, okay, now I'm starting to win. Oh, I realized I only win under certain conditions, and I had like big bumps under those conditions. Let me make a rule out of that. Then all of a sudden, your account starts doing that. You have rules when not to trade. You have rules to knock out inconsistent and consistent losses. You have rules to celebrate your wins. And over time, you carve out what works for you. And that's how you become a professional trader to pay your bills trading, is digging yourself out a strategy that works for you. And that you is how much time you have to commit to the market. How distracted are you while you're trading? Are you trading with a job? Do you have kids and a wife you have to attend to, or kids and a husband? Do you have people you have to take care of? Do you have animals you have to walk every 2 hours? Whatever your time frame is and your commitment and your tolerance of risk, your equation to be a successful trader is different than everyone else's. So as a universal approach to give everybody a practice environment that's cheap, real paper trading, so I'm calling it real paper trading that you pay for. You get to play it, you get to buy emotions for a monthly fee. Yeah, I want a paper trade, but let me add the $300 a month add-on so I can paper trade with emotions. You're not losing your real money. You're not just willy-nilly playing a video game. You cannot beat an environment like that. You guys are talking about which one you like better. I think the people that talk about the ones they like better or don't like better have to do with their own personal trading style. Each one of them has a different, I call it like the rim is bent, okay? It's not a circular rim. This is really truthful. It's designed to weed out crappy traders and force you to become a good trader to win. So if you have a circular hoop, and the ball goes in, right? If the rim is bent just enough, only the most accurate traders, the most precise traders and repeatable traders get in. And they all bend the rim. And then you can't be dishonest about the mathematics. They all bend the rim to only allow a certain amount of people to win. But that's the risk model. You will only let the best of the best trade your money. And that's how I would run it too. But the idea is that you have to understand which way the rim is bent. Maybe some of them bend it this way. Maybe some of them bend it this way. Maybe some of them bend it like this and it looks like a square. You have to know which one matches your style as a trader and know which one matches what you're good at, right? And that is the truth. And the trick is to position correctly and know when to trade, not chase, not reverse. I don't short. Very often do I short in these eval account. It's part of my strategy. I have all kind of rules that limit my exposure to volatility. I take one trade a day. I take the most probable trade a day, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, nah, Ray, it's okay. Everyone's opinion is good. And it's not like you're shilling for anybody. The point is that everybody has a different flavor of ice cream they like. So I wouldn't even say that there's a right or wrong answer. They all have a different way. Like I say, the rim is bent differently in each one of them to make the game harder. It's not bent like where you're not told that it's bent a certain way. The rules are literally in front of your face. The reason I say the rim is bent, and it's not giving credit, it may sound like it's an unfair game. Let me start over. It's not an unfair game. The rim is bent because traders are pretty dumb out the door. You don't read these rules and understand what they mean. When you read these rules and you're a professional or experienced trader, you will read these rules and go, oh, I see which way the rim is bent. What's the hardest thing that kicks people out? What's the hardest challenge you will face overcoming this? And if you know that and know what it is, then you are an experienced trader. You know what the problem is. I'll tell you the first problem right here. They give you the freedom to blow up your account in like 1 minute. If you don't already see that, you might go, oh, 24 position. A newbie trader will go, okay, that's $500 a contract. All I need is 15,000. So if I get 24, I just need 24 contracts and I can buy 24 out the door. And all I need is what? 12 and a half points and I get there. One trade, I'm done. That's the wrong way to approach it. Right way to approach it is, this is how much I can lose per day. This is my drawdown. What size should I do so that the maximum fluctuation I expect to experience doesn't hit either of those limits in both conditions where those limits are the front limit of the day. Some days the drawdown will be what your limit is. Someday your daily loss limit will be. Right? So in this type of an account, No matter how much you grow, if you get that loss limit, you're out. The drawdown's off the start, right? So in the funded account, as soon as you're playing with their money, that drawdown locks, and you can keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. So you can have 50,000 in profit in the account and draw down 7,000, 1,000 a day for 50 days and still be in the funded program. But if you take one big gulp loss of 43, you're dead. So with a risk interval, I know that limits me for a risk interval move to about 2 or 3 contracts to not be in a trade if a catalyst comes out and drops the S&P 30 points, right? 3 contracts at $1,500 every 10 is 45. I bust. So anytime I'm trading, if I'm in greater than 3, I have to be damn sure a possible catalyst won't appear. So now I know, don't trade when news events are coming out and avoid those days. That's only something a professional or full-time trader will understand to create rules for different scenarios. And you'll learn stuff like that here, right? So the idea is that if you don't understand the limits here, we are teaching classes on how to do those things. Like, which of your limit are you battling? Like in this account, the static, the easiest way to pass this static account is you only have a drawdown. I can only lose $12.50 a day, right? Off of, or sorry, $12.50 total off of the $150 balance. So $148.50 is it. Like, I've already built some fat in the account. You can just build fat, build fat, build fat. And as long as you never drop below that starting balance, you're good. There is no daily loss limit. I can make 50 grand in the account and lose 48 and still be in the program. But this has a really, really, really tight drawdown out the door. So this one, since you need to build fat in the account to keep it going, this is the one where you have to be sure, be sure, be sure. So it's sit out, sit out, sit out, sit out, sit out. Oh, bullish liquidity map, positive DD, positive resilience, no irrational signal. We're on hedge pressure and a bull long up, long and strong, all forward. Let's go. Oh shit, I got $8,000 in the first trade. Great, I've got buffer on the account. Wait, strike. This one, I can trade every day. My irrational small gamble should be here. My normal day-to-day day trading should be here because I get more flexibility. And I don't need to build fat in the account to worry. This one, I need to make my first trade my best trade. So see how I approach each one of them differently. And so when you read the rules, the strategy you employ is the trick. You have to understand the hardest part of all of them. The static eval, the hardest part is putting fat in that account. Your first trade is make or break. My first trade on that one was what, 3,000 something bucks. I put some fat in the account. Now I can go lose 2 or 3 days and still be okay, right? So there you go. And like the last part of Quest that I agree. And Quest is saying, as an example of trading psychology, you're up in an eval account, but then trade your funded account due to irrational. And that's one thing we do teach in our courses. When irrational, we ask you to commit to, you know, learning to sit out and be okay with sitting out. Irrational market right now, you see me making trades? No, I'm okay with sitting out. I don't feel the FOMO. And I have the discipline to do that in my real account, right? And so if you need to trade and you still have that itch to trade the eval account, you're, again, trading with emotions when irrational. You will experience the burn in an irrational market. Okay. Love you guys. Okay, everyone, go to Discord. We're going to call it a day. No training today. You have the day off. But I want everybody to go back through parts 1 through 3 and make sure you understand all these irrational rules, random rules, window of opportunity. Starting next week, Ashton and I are going to tag team some options courses, mostly him. We're going to teach window of opportunity and monthly maps. Oh, I did say I was going to do a monthly map. Let's do that before I go. Go to the Discord, though. So I will do a quick Zoom call on monthly maps in 5 minutes, and then we'll play. We'll game. All right. Small losing day today. Pretty easy trade. I got in, got on the long, got overexcited when resilience popped up above 0. Broke through monthly hedge out the door, closed out the position pretty much right here. Got in, like I got in small, look, 13. Okay, hold on. Yeah, so let me show you what I did on my trade today. Just kind of a trade review. Looks like I got in at 13 and I closed at 1. Took a 10-point loss. That's my normal trading style. I mirrored the same trade in this account. Same thing. I got in right here. Now again, I got in on the hedge pressure push on resilience. Got out here at 1. So I took a long and no thanks, got out. My one mistake was I did that before DD came through. Or at least before my brain knew what DD was. So even when multitasking and streaming, I do miss a couple of things. DD being positive limits my run to the upper side of the bear zone. And that's it. So the neat thing about it is I took a 10-point stop. That's my rule. That's my funded account rule as well. Everything came in nice and clean. That's it. The reward was good to the risk I took, calling it a day. So I was actually letting Nasdaq be my proxy, right? Oh, by the way, if you want to see VIX risk interval, we also need to do a video on that. So we'll do this today as well. I didn't realize in my post yesterday that I must have changed that during a demonstration, or maybe just forgot to change it or whatever. It's actually 3 and not 3.2. There's your risk interval on the VIX. This is that one rule we always talk about. You very rarely will see. That's the strongest irrational one we have. See how the VIX gets massively high volume spike on VIX when you touch a risk interval. That is our worst irrational roll. You don't bet on a reversal there, because if you break through that, it gets pretty nasty. So let's double check VIX today, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't even notice this. Since I'm not even trading, I'm not paying attention, but you see this right here? Again, it's magic number 3 on this one. Look at that response to risk interval. You'll see that? Look at this volume spike. Greater than the open. You know how we always talk about, and this is the last thing I'm going to teach you guys, and this is a lesson to learn, is that, you know, when you look at any stock or anything that trades, the volume, which what you see at the bottom here, this is called volume, right? So if I have the chart set to 1-minute candles, then this is just a tally of the number of shares or things traded in the course of that minute. So basically, like, it's just a bar chart for how much volume is traded each minute. So typically, most stocks will have volume that looks like this. It just is like this J shape. It usually starts off high at the open, then kind of gets slow at lunchtime, and then speeds up at the end. It's typical for a chart. Hedge pressure breaks can create spikes along the way, etc. But having higher volume than the open is not the most common thing. The open is typically the second highest volume of the day, besides the close always being the highest. Risk interval on the VIX can create volume very often that's even higher than the open and higher than the close. I've seen risk interval VIX do this and outpace the closing volume. So just so you know, something cool about risk interval VIX is that even the volume is greater than open. That's very rare. But it can, look at this, right? It wasn't higher than the close here, but you see, remember, that's where that pivot was. Look how much the volume is. It created, what, 1,800 contracts versus the open of 270, right? A volume of 9 times the open. That's why risk interval VIX is dangerous. It's cool if you're just now seeing it for the first time. The intense volume produced there can create drastic changes to the S&P. Case in point, look at this randomness right there, right? Cool. Okay, let's go to Discord. 2 really quick classes and we're gonna have game day. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Love y'all, and we will see y'all later. Remember, here at Rocket Scooter, we love you guys. Trying to build the best trading program on planet Earth. It's not just learning here, it's learning here. And with all of our friends and partners out there, we're building a community of communities, the biggest, best, strongest trading community there is on the planet. You're gonna be able to learn at different places, learn different things from different people. You got futures here, option with the Ashton, you got all kind of fun stuff coming through, Trader Eval program, and a couple more things that we haven't even announced yet. We're glad to share what we know with you. We're glad to teach you guys there's some magic here at Rocket Scooter. We're glad to share our platform that we've made, the years and years of hard work with you guys. I'm super excited. We have the first step of rules list coming out where you guys can program your own rules, get your own alerts. That's a big up for us. We've been waiting years to be able to do that, and now the first part of it's released. Super excited. So thanks for tuning in. Head to the Discord right now. We're gonna have 2 very quick classes, maybe 30 minutes total. Cover monthly maps, risk-earnable VIX. Those need to be done. After that, let's have some fun gaming for the rest of the day. Love you guys, and we'll see y'all later.